The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, says the 10th House is committed to ensuring Nigerians have food sufficiency as well as address the scourge of hunger and malnutrition ravaging the country. Abbas gave the assurance during the inauguration of the House Committee on Nutrition and Food Security, chaired by Honorable Chike Okafor. The Speaker described the committee as very crucial to the vision of the House to be responsive, results-oriented and effective in performing its constitutional mandate towards the security and welfare of Nigerians. Represented by the Majority Leader Honorable Julius Ihobbari, observed that Nigeria, like the rest of the world, is experiencing food crisis exacerbated by climate change, rising inflation, and pervasive insecurity. Hence, the decision to set up a committee that would be dedicated to fashioning legislative measures, actions to tackle the menace of food insecurity and malnutrition affecting Nigerians.
Let me also re-emphasize the position of the House to improve food and nutrition for our people. In our resolve as a House to tame hunger and malnutrition, pursue food security and sustainable development, we prioritize agricultural development as a key legislative agenda based on our strong belief that the agricultural sector is a critical factor in growing the nation's economy and scaling down poverty rates.
In his remarks, Chairman House Committee on Nutrition and Food Security, Honorable Chike Okafor, applauded the House leadership for setting up the specialized committee which focuses on food security and nutrition. He said the creation of this committee would serve as a swift response to the present economic realities, especially the current unaffordability of basic foods Nigerians are facing, arising from uncontrolled inflation and scarce means.
This is more worrisome in the context of reports that most farmers in neighboring border states now prefer to sell their produce to markets outside the country to earn more than they would have earned selling them within Nigeria on account of currency fluctuation. In the light of the above, this committee deems it wise to propose the declaration of state of emergency in nutrition and food security in Nigeria to address the issue with the required sense of urgency and multi-stakeholder strategic participatory approach.
The Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Atiku Bagudu, while commending the efforts by the legislature, noted that Nigeria, being a participant of the United Nations Food Systems Transformation as well as Reinstitution Alignment, saw the Ministry of Agriculture being recognized as both Agricultural Ministry and that of Food Security.
We recall that in the last administration under former President Muhammadu Buhari, a National Food Security Council was created, chaired by the President himself, and I was privileged to be the Vice Chair of that National Food Security. And what led to it is the recognition that food security is not an agriculture issue, it's not a health issue, it's not an environment issue, it's not a physical security issue, it's all of it. And you need to have stakeholders around the table.
These stakeholders believe with much efforts put into the food crisis being faced by Nigerians in the various sectors, there's need to put an end to the crisis. Anieti Patrick, Core TV News, Abuja.